Hey everyone, welcome to 59 Tops Friday, presented by Wax Pack Wisdom, where we talk baseball history through the cards we love. My name is Jake T. O'Donnell. We built the iconic 1959 Topps baseball set, and in this series we're going through every card to talk about the players, teams, and people who made up Major League Baseball in 1959. Today, we'll cover cards 544 to 550 in the set. Card number 544 belongs to Lee Tate of the St. Louis Cardinals. 1959 was his second and final year in the big leagues, and this is his rookie card. Tate was a shortstop and second baseman who played for the Cardinals for 51 games in 1958 and 1959. He was taken by the Cards in the 1951 minor league draft. As a minor leaguer, Tate played over 1,600 games. At the end of the 1958 season, he was called up for 10 games, getting 7 hits in 35 at-bats. Tate remained in the big leagues for 41 games in 1959, where he managed to get 7 hits and a 140 batting average. He also had 6 errors in 82 chances. He went back down to the minors after that, playing at that level until 1965. Tate finished his career with a major league batting average of 165, 1 home run, and 5 RBI. Following his career, Tate worked for the AAA Motor Club until his retirement. As of this recording, Tate is 93 years old, and he will turn 94 in March of 2026. Card number 545 belongs to Tom Morgan of the Detroit Tigers. 1959 was Morgan's 8th year in the big leagues. Morgan was a right-handed pitcher for the Yankees, Athletics, Tigers, Senators, and Angels. Hailing from California farmland, Morgan had the nickname Plowboy. He signed with the Yankees before the 1949 season. On June 30th, 1954, Morgan tied the then Major League record for most hit batsmen in an inning at 3 in a game against the Red Sox. This is the current record, but it is shared by many more pitchers today. He was a 3-time World Series champion for the Yankees in 1951, 1952, and 1956. He also pitched in the 1955 World Series, which the Yankees lost to the Dodgers in 7 games. Following his time with the Yankees, Morgan worked mostly in a relief role for the A's, Tigers, and Senators. In 1961 and 1962, Morgan was part of a closer duo with Art Fowler of the Angels. Morgan's combined record in those 2 seasons was 13-4 with a 2.57 ERA in 107 relief appearances. His pitching declined in the 1963 season, leading to his release. Morgan ended his big league career with a 67-47 win-loss record, a 3.61 ERA, 364 strikeouts, and 64 saves. Following his playing career, Morgan worked as a pitching coach for the Angels, Padres, and Yankees. He was credited with making a significant contribution to the success of Nolan Ryan. Morgan later worked as a minor league pitching coach for the Braves and a scout for the Yankees. In 1980, he was credited with helping Tommy John out of a slump with a mechanical correction after he saw John pitch on TV. Morgan died in 1987 at the age of 56. Card number 546 belongs to Al Schroll of the Philadelphia Phillies. 1959 was his second MLB season. Schroll was from Louisiana and survived a serious lung operation as a teenager, later starring in 4 sports in high school. Schroll's brother Bill played in the NFL, and Al Schroll was nicknamed Bull because of his robust physique. Out of high school, Schroll signed with the Red Sox. He spent most of the 1950s pitching in their minor league system before he finally debuted with them in 1958, pitching just 10 innings for the big league club. His contract was sold to the Phillies as part of a conditional deal for 1959, but after just 9 1/3 innings, he was returned to the Red Sox. There he made a few starts, but mostly worked out of the Boston bullpen. Schroll was traded to the Cubs in the offseason, but he only pitched in 2 games for them. 1961 would prove to be his final MLB season, pitching 11 games for the Twins. In total, Schroll threw 118 big league innings with 6 wins, 9 losses, and a 5.34 ERA. After baseball, Schroll sold insurance and later worked for Sears Roebuck. He died in 1999 at the age of 67. Card number 547 belongs to Jim Baxes of the Los Angeles Dodgers. 1959 was Baxes' first and only year in the big leagues, and this was his rookie card. Baxes was a second and third baseman who played for the Dodgers and Indians. Baxes began playing in the minor leagues in 1947, interrupted by military service from 1950 to 1951. Following a long minor league career for the Dodgers, Baxes made his major league debut at the age of 30 in 1959, playing 11 games for the Dodgers, mostly at third base. He had his first major league home run against future Hall of Famer Bob Gibson on April 15, 1959. Baxes hit 16 more home runs that season, but Gibson would only give up 3 more in the same time. When Baxes was removed from the Dodgers roster on cutdown day, he considered quitting baseball. He was traded to Cleveland, where he played 77 games at second and third base. He was back down in the minors for 1960 and retired from baseball in 1961. Baxes ended his big league career with a .246 batting average, 17 home runs, and 39 RBI. Baxes was the older brother of Mike Baxes, another Major League ballplayer. Jim Baxes died in 1996 at the age of 68. Card number 548 belongs to Elmer Singleton of the Chicago Cubs. 1959 was his 8th and final MLB season. Singleton had a unique career in the majors, pitching in MLB from 1945 through 1948, again in 1950, and then not again until 1957 through 1959. More than half of his 23 professional seasons were spent in the Pacific Coast League. Born in Utah, Singleton attended a tryout with the Reds in 1938, and of the 157 attendees, he was the only one offered a contract. He pitched throughout the minors for different organizations during the 1940s, finally debuting with the Braves in 1945. He pitched 7 MLB games that year and then 15 the next before he was traded to the Pirates. Singleton got regular bullpen work there over the next 2 seasons, but the San Francisco Seals of the PCL acquired him for 1949. Singleton briefly pitched for the Senators in 1950 and then spent all of the next 6 seasons in the minor leagues. At the age of 39, Singleton got a chance with the Cubs in 1957, where he'd appear off and on over that year and the next 2. His MLB career ended with 11 wins, 17 losses, and a 4.83 ERA in 327 2/3 innings. Singleton pitched in the minors well into his 40s. He spent a season as a Cubs minor league coach in 1967. He was inducted into the Utah Sports Hall of Fame in 1984. He died in 1996 at the age of 77. Card number 549 belongs to Howie Nunn of the St. Louis Cardinals. 1959 was his first MLB season, and this is his rookie card. This is also the final regular player card in the 1959 Topps baseball set. Hailing from North Carolina, Nunn signed as a teenager with the Cardinals ahead of the 1954 season. He pitched 5 seasons in the minors before getting a chance with the Cardinals in 1959. Nunn pitched in 16 games out of the bullpen for the Redbirds in 1959 with a 7.59 ERA. He was sold to the Reds, and he spent all of 1960 in the minors. Nunn made 24 relief appearances for the pennant-winning Reds in 1961, however, he did not appear in their World Series loss against the Yankees. Nunn's final 6 MLB appearances came for the Reds in 1962. In 46 MLB appearances, Nunn had a 5.11 ERA with 4 wins and 3 losses. Nunn worked as a manager at a small machine metal shop in North Carolina after baseball. He died in 2012 at the age of 76. Card number 550 is Roy Campanella, Symbol of Courage. Topps issued a special card for the 1959 Topps baseball set as a tribute to Roy Campanella. The legendary catcher played in 18 major league seasons, with 8 in the Negro Leagues and then 10 with the Brooklyn Dodgers. During his career, Campanella was the heart and soul of a Dodgers team that won 5 National League pennants and the 1955 World Series. He was an 8-time NL All-Star and won NL MVP honors 3 times, 1951, 1953, and 1955. On the eve of spring training 1958, Campanella was involved in a car accident that left him paralyzed from the chest down. On the back of this special 1959 Topps baseball card, Campanella was honored with the following from NL President Warren Giles. Roy Campanella truly is a symbol of courage, not only to baseball but to persons in all walks of life. Roy's fighting comeback from the tragic automobile accident which threatened to make him a total invalid, and his cheerfulness through it all, have been an inspiration to everyone. It is the same example of courage, faith, and spirit which made him a great catcher. Any young man who has ambitions to become a baseball player will do well to pattern after Campanella's all-out effort, whether he was winning or losing in a baseball game, or fighting against great odds in a hospital. We in the National League greatly miss Campy on the playing field, but are delighted to see him back in action as a coach with the Dodgers. Everyone wishes Roy the very best of everything in his courageous fight. Campanella eventually regained some use of his arms, but remained in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1969. Campanella worked for the Dodgers in various capacities for many years, and he died in 1993 at the age of 71. That's going to do it for this edition of 59 Topps Friday on Wax Pack Wisdom. Today's episode was written by Abby O'Donnell and Jake T. O'Donnell. Do you have a story about one of the people, players, or teams we discussed today? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our Wax Pack Wisdom content. In the video description, you'll find our source material for this episode, links to where you can follow us on our social media channels, as well as a list of our favorite nonprofits and charities. Please consider a donation to one of them if you enjoyed this content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Wax Pack Wisdom. Take care.